people hopping on too. But you guys, I am excited that you are here. And I am Rachel Mitchell. If you don't know who I am, I've been a coach for, oh gosh, y'all, we hadn't even talked about how we're going to split this up, but we will. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Like, this is hot mess flying into this and showing you don't have to be perfect to be a coach. But I have been a coach for, oh gosh, six plus years, and I started like right here where you see me tonight, hot mess and all. So I love what I do as a coach. I love I started as a challenger. I started as somebody who just needed a change in their health and fitness. I started as somebody who was desperate for a change with my body and inviting God into that. And honestly, like, my transition into a coach was just very, very not smooth, but natural. And even though I went kind of kicking and screaming, I did not want to post on social media. I had no social media following. I knew that I always explain it as I had this tug in my gut that I was supposed to do this. And so just a little bit about me. Let's see, what was it? May of 2014, I wanted to really make a change in my health. And please hear this. I started as a challenger in a challenge group, and then I became a coach. But, I have lots of people on my team, in my community, and my accountability groups that became coaches at the same time they became a challenger. So I never want anybody to think that your story has to be like my story. But I did start as a woman, a mom who needed accountability, needed a plan to follow. I'm very type A. I didn't know all these things about myself until I became a coach. I'm an Enneagram 3, wing 2. If you know what that means. But I love a plan. Like, I love a plan. If you tell me what to do, I'm going to follow the plan. And so that is why I fell in love with Beachbody at first. And so I did the 21-day fix. Did it on my own. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have an accountability group. I didn't have any of that stuff that we offer to people, and it still worked. So I'm like, if I can do it on my own, and I can help people by giving them the accountability too, like, oh my gosh, like, what can we do to serve women? And so when my coach, I did eventually find a coach after I started on my own, but when she asked me to be a coach, I said, no, I don't want to be. I don't use social media. I don't post on social media. And I sat through a couple of calls like this. And then finally, I just told my husband, I was like, actually, I think he told me, like, what do you have to lose? You're doing the workouts, you're getting results. Like, what if you just do it, and so I did. And I became a coach in September of 2014. And here I am today with this beautiful team of women that we are absolutely like God is using us to change the lives of women through these workouts, through these programs, through our faith. And I just love that we get to be so bold about it. We get to be so encouraging. We get to be a light. And what I always say is, a dark health and fitness world can be a dark health and fitness world. And we are inviting people into this community to not only build a business, but also to make your health and fitness a priority, to encourage other women in doing the same. And to build a business, build an income, build something that is very, very stable. So just to wrap up my story, and I'll pass it on to somebody else, but I was a full-time college history instructor whenever I started as a coach, 2 small boys, and just honestly tired of dropping them off in somebody else's hands. And, a couple of years into my coaching business, I realized I was helping 3 to 5 people every single month, and joined my challenge group. I was helping other people start as coaches, and I was starting to earn an income that could actually bring me home to be with my family. And so after 3 years of coaching, I was able to leave my full-time teaching job to be at home with my kids. And this year, even pre-COVID, we had decided to homeschool. So that's where we're at. And it's really a crazy show, honestly, homeschooling my kids and building a business, but it's my crazy show. And it's one that God absolutely led me to. So I'm thankful for Beachbody allowing that to be a possibility. So I'm going to pass it off to Kimberlee. Kimberlee, you want to tell your story and maybe talk about how you started and just what social media has to do with our business?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm Kimberlee, and I have been a coach now for 14 months. Signed up last October. I kind of like Rachel, had started Beachbody just for the workouts. I didn't ever follow a nutrition plan. I didn't drink Shakeology. But I started probably about 3.5 years ago with the workouts. It was right after my third baby was like 6 months old. And I wasn't very consistent and didn't see results. But continued to, keep my subscription up for the workouts. Well, last summer, I had gotten to a point where like my eating was out of control. I was the heaviest I've ever been, except when I was pregnant. I was like anxiety ridden, like even just the smallest day-to-day tasks like felt so overwhelming. And so I was at a point where like I knew I had to make a change for my health, mental health and my physical health, because I felt terrible. But I also, kind of like Rachel, had followed her story, kind of come across my Instagram. And so I didn't know her, and I just started following and watching, and like I just saw her like sharing her faith through it, and I just felt something inside me like this is where I was needing to be, and something that God was leading me to. And I was like, I don't think I can coach. I don't have the transformation. I don't like, nobody would want to follow me, because obviously like I can't even like get my own health and fitness in line. But I just couldn't shake the feeling that I was supposed to do it. So I talked with Rachel and decided to just kind of go for it, because I figured if I'm sharing what I'm doing, it's going to hold me accountable and keep me hopefully on track with my own health and fitness goals. And so it did that, and I'm so thankful for that. But even more, like, it's just like coaching has grown me in so many ways. Like my faith is stronger, friendships, community, my mental health is way better. And I'm a nurse, but I've been home with my kids for a couple years now, which is a huge blessing. But as I got into coaching and started learning the work and doing the things, I realized that I really missed working. Like I never wanted to leave my kids to go to work. I always hated the nights when I had to go to work, and I hated leaving the house, but I just missed having something to do and like providing like a supplemental income for my family. And so that coaching really fulfilled that for me. And so that's been a huge blessing for me, and just been able to, like, especially with Christmas time and things like that, it's been really great for us. So social media for coaching. So like I said in my story, Rachel's pictures just kind of popped up on my feed one day, and I had no clue who she was. But that, I'm sure it was not just by chance that she popped in my feed. Yes, God had something to do with it, but it was also the work that Rachel was putting in. So what we do through social media is share our stories. We share our workouts, we share our shakes, we share our lives. Like we're not just Beachbody coaches, we have a life outside of that too. But we're making posts every day and sharing what these workouts are doing for us. We're sharing what God is working in our hearts. We're sharing about our team and our community, and inviting other people to do it with us. And so we do that through our stories by posting, I'm sure you've seen Shannon doing her workouts and posting her clips on her stories. We share meal plans, we share all these different things, but social media is really how we grow our business. And so as coaches, we are reaching out and following new people and building relationships with people, making connections. And that's probably one of the best parts about it for me, is like meeting new people. I've met so many amazing women through coaching that I never would have met had I not coached. And so like there's people from all over the country that I've met and been able to build a relationship with. And it's really cool to just see how God works and how he puts these people in your path to connect with, and that he's got, like, your story matters, and he's got people out there that need to hear your story. Because like we go through things, and it's not just for our own benefit, but we go through things so that we can help others who are dealing with the same struggles. And that's just, I love the connections and the relationship part. So that's kind of what social media is for. There's more to it, but I know a lot of people are always so scared about like being salesy and all that kind of stuff, but it's not, like, we're not in it for the sales. We're in it to build relationships and to connect with people and to help them and really serve them in this health and fitness area of life.
Yeah. And Kimberlee, when you say that, like, I have the privilege, I have the honor of like watching you all grow, seeing you start from day one and make that transition. But, I think that, obviously we train we train you how to build your social media. We train you how to build your voice and your brand. But when you say, like, I mean, so you've been here since October, so 14 months ago, what, 16 months ago, something like that. I've seen you grow and change and kind of find your voice.
Mm-hmm.
As you know,
Absolutely.
I think that a lot of people, especially in MLMs, worry about, like, what if I run out of people to talk to? What if I run out of people to invite to grow my business? Because we set a goal as coaches to help 3 to 5 people every single month join our challenge groups as a coach or as a customer. But, like, could you kind of speak to how your voice, your brand has grown, and how you just continue to find new people who are like you, by telling your story to join your challenge groups?
Yeah. So when I first signed up, it's really hard to kind of like get to know yourself and know what you're really about. And especially like in this business, like there's so many coaches. And so like you start noticing people and start watching people and you think, oh, am I like that? Or she's doing this, should I do that? And so it's really hard. Like you get caught up in comparison and thinking, okay, maybe I should be doing what she's doing, or maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But it's really important to like find out who you are and what's unique to you, because that's going to find your people. And so I know like when I first started, Rachel had me do this like color wheel thing where you fill out like different things about you. So I had like nurse that had three, I have 3 kids, I have a golden doodle, just different unique things about you. And as you look for people to kind of grow your following on Instagram and on Facebook, you're looking for people that are similar to you. So like I always like I'm looking for other nurses, for moms, for golden doodle mamas, just different things like that that really just give you that instant connection, something to relate to people over. Because if like I'm going out and searching somebody, looking for people that are, nothing like me, we're not going to have anything in common to build that relationship on. And so it's really, and I like personal development, somebody will probably talk about that later, but personal development has been huge for me. And it's like, I always thought when people said that, I was like, oh, that's stupid, I would never do that. But honestly, like it's amazing. And it just like, it really does help you grow as a person and help you like identify who you are. And just um it's been, that's, I love that. Like that's also one of my favorite things that I've implemented since becoming a coach is the personal development.
Yeah, I agree. Oh gosh, like, I've grown so much, like, it's crazy. Um, McKenna, do you want to talk about, like, what we actually do as far as running challenge groups, and tell a little bit about your story? Shan, I'm gonna let you talk about money because you're like the money gal.
Yeah, she is. All right. Hi, my name is McKenna. I have been a coach for almost 2.5 years. And it's fun how all of us have similar parts of each other's stories. So I've introduced to Beachbody like sprinkled throughout my entire life. I signed up as a challenger back when we still did DVDs right after my first baby was, it was like this time of year when she was almost 2. And I had been stalking a coach who was a friend, and she'd been pregnant at the same time as me, and she like worked out her whole pregnancy and bounced back really quick, and I wasn't. And so I was like, tell me what to do and I'll do it. So she signed me up with 21 Day Fix, and then she never talked to me again. So that's what you don't do. But she got me on my journey. Yeah, it was a struggle. I lost a couple of pounds. Beachbody On Demand came out. I signed up for that. Did it on and off through my second pregnancy. My second pregnancy was a lot harder, so I gained a lot more weight. And so after I had my second baby, I found myself in a very, very dark, terrible place where I just didn't know who I was anymore. I had been working up until I had my first baby. And so I kind of lost like what I like to do. Not just a mom, but like you get kind of stuck in the do the dishes and feed the kids and have babies and do the dishes and feed the kids and do the laundry and right. And like, I was stuck in this where I was like, if this is life, I literally cannot stay here anymore. So I had gained like 50 pounds. Didn't like life. I didn't enjoy my kids. And I knew I needed to get back into a health routine because I had never really, I'd like kind of, but not really, and I knew that's what I needed. And so once I hit my 6-week postpartum, I started working out again. But I knew that I needed something different if I was going to make it stick this time. And so I saw a friend from high school who had just started coaching, invite people to her challenge group on social media. And I was like, hey, I already have all the things. I just want to be in your group. And she was like, have you thought about coaching? And I was like, what? It's like, do you see me? Like, I can't even get my act together, right? Kind of like Rachel was saying, right? Like, I can't even get myself together. How on earth can I ever help people? But it wouldn't leave my head, and I could feel it in my heart, and it just wouldn't leave me alone. So I jumped in both feet and signed up as a coach when I had 50 pounds to lose, and I couldn't even get my butt out of bed. And it literally rocked my world, still rocking my world, changed everything for me. And I literally we could all talk about our stories forever, just because they literally have, like, I call coaching my catalyst, because it really was like the one thing that helped me change every part of my life. So I've lost 60 pounds. I'm like stronger than I've ever been. I'm closer to God than I've ever been, because getting out of your comfort zone makes you have to lean on God more, right? Like, we are really good at getting out of our comfort zones and pushing each other out of our comfort zones, which sometimes I'm like, so good, because I never expected to be the person I am today, and I love it. And so that's the short end of that. So one thing that we do, and this is kind of the way that we help people directly, right? So you find people, you invite them, you sign them up, and then the real work begins. And we help people mostly through challenge groups. So some people run them on Facebook, some people run them on an app that Beachbody has. But basically that's just kind of the fun part, where you get to design how you help people use the tools we have, right? Because they're all the same tools, but they signed up to work with you. And so you get to kind of put your own spin on it. A lot of us, we kind of like have a different theme every month. We do spirit weeks, we do little challenges, and they're so much fun, but it's really where you start to create that community piece and a safe place for women to be brave and to push each other and to challenge each other and to start making those habits that we promised them that we'd help them make, right? And I really like challenge groups. I spent probably the first year of coaching being a little too comfortable just running challenge groups, which is why I didn't grow very much in the first year of my coaching business. I never really planned on making it a business. I just wanted the accountability, right? I just needed to get my butt going. And I knew that showing up for other people would do that for me. And it has. But after about a year, I realized that, like, I actually really liked this, and I actually had a passion for it and had a talent for it that I didn't know that I had. And so then I started to actually, like Kimberlee said, do the things and all the actual business building things. And it's just grown. And this year especially, it's crazy with the year it's been. Like, I've grown, my business has grown more this year than like the other 2 years of my business combined, which is crazy because it's 2020. But like everybody needs what we have, and that's what's so cool about it, is you can literally help everybody with what we have, because everybody has a body. So challenge groups are just a really fun way where we get to connect with our people, build the community, help other people get the results. And what's really nice about Beachbody that I love, because I've always been interested in nutrition and stuff, but I love that I don't have to be the expert. I don't have to like know the science, because I hate science. I don't like know all the muscles and what they're called, and right, like, but I am a pro at doing the workouts and learning about the meal plans and executing it. And so you really just take care of yourself and then teach people to do the same with the same tools. And I love that I don't have to be the expert, but I get to be the pro cheerleader and the, hey, I tried this and it worked, and to share all the things that work for me. And it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. The challenge groups are really the best.
Yeah, I agree. And so we, obviously, our goal each month is to help 3 to 5 people join our challenge groups, but we're not only building a community with challenge groups, we're also building a community of coaches, which is why we're here tonight. And these awesome ladies have, honestly, they're leading this call. We're all leading it together because we are building businesses that we love, first of all, but also are providing for our families, are paying for our Christmas, are, paying for a product. I know as a brand new coach, that was one of my first goals, like in the first month or 2, was to get my Shakeology paid for. I didn't even believe in Shakeology at that point, but I was willing to try. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to drink it, I'm going to get it paid for, right? So that was one of my first goals. I do believe in Shakeology now. I will like preach it from like the mountaintop. honestly. But Shannon, will you share your story and talk about like how we earn, what's the point of building a team, that type of thing?
Yeah, for sure. So Amanda, thank you so much for being here. I was so excited to see you on. So as far as how we earn, number one, we get commission, right? And everyone loves like the fact that we get 25% of anything that we connect someone with. So that's the first way. But as far as growing lucratively, the second way is as you build a team. So as you add coaches and customers under you, you will start to get team cycle bonuses for the volume, for the amount of programs and products that you share with them and connect them with. And as you continue to add people onto your team or onto your network, the bonuses cycle. And so that's why we call it a team cycle bonus. So it's a formula that I can show you separately. I don't want to belabor the point, but just know that as you cycle, depending upon the amount of people, the bonus grows. So eventually we just like to call it passive income. Basically, while you're sleeping, your volume is growing as people order. And in the beginning, I think the big thing about network marketing that people kind of skim over, or they just assume that it's bad, or something that they don't understand, is because a lot of people get into network marketing and expect all of the lucrative money to come in the first few months or however long that they give it, and they don't do the work to push that boulder up the hill. And you do have to build, you have to talk to people in the beginning, and it's so exciting. And like Makena said, it challenges you. But once you get some people on your team and you see the lives that they're changing because of the time that you put in, there's just nothing like it. And I'm convinced that the people that say the things they do about network marketing have not actually been in it and done the work, because otherwise they would see that they have total control over the income they can bring to their family. And I love that. I love that I can sit down after everyone goes to bed or at lunch and determine in myself how many team cycle bonuses I will get, right? So that's the bonuses are determined by your rank, and we'll go over that later. But basically our company sets little goals for us to hit, little bites of bigger goals, and they're in the form of rank. And for Enneagram 3s or people, type 1s, people that love to have a plan. I mean, I just love having those little steps to look at. It really helps me take action, because we know, science says if the goal is too big, you'll kind of shrink back and not really know how to get started. But that there is no question of what you will need to do as a coach, because we have our tracker that lays out the first thing that you do to start running your business is taking care of yourself and working out and drinking your shake. And Amanda, you do that well. You already share so well on your story and social media anyway, and you love the shakes and you love the program. So I mean, you're already halfway there. And then the third thing that we do, or that the company helps us earn money, is through, oh my gosh, why do I always blank on 3?
Wait, you talked about commissions, team cycle bonus, and the quarterly bonus.
Quarterly, yeah, quarterly bonus. So same thing. Then there's opportunity quarterly, depending upon your team and your rank, and that's a larger bonus. So just know that the sky's the limit. We'll get much more in depth on the bonuses when we go through training, but just know that that's where the lucrative income, that's the money that helps you stay at home. But again, retail is where some of your first income will come from. And I just let my check stack up, and I have plenty of money to cover Christmas and, a student loan payment this month. So it's really what you put in. They can't guarantee that you'll make a certain level of income, but we can tell you that if you do the things that we do and that every coach has done to be successful, it works.
Hey, Bates. Always get Bo and Bates confused. Hey, Bates. Are you helping Mama couch?
Are you helping on the call?
I saw you jump on the couch this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that we all, when it comes to the money, I always say, going to the MLM thing, you will have people who just don't get it, or they haven't done it, so they don't really know, or they have done it and they've maybe been taught wrong, or they've done it wrong. And, honestly, there have been periods in my own business where it was about the number. It was about the maybe not the income, but the recognition. Again, I say it's a total like refinement process. But if there's one thing I've learned as a coach when it comes to the numbers, whether it's income or recognition or whatever, you don't succeed unless you help other people succeed. And I think that's beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. People can twist that and make it sound like a really bad thing. But, if Kimberlee doesn't succeed, I don't succeed. If Shannon doesn't hit her goals, I don't hit my goals. Same thing with Makena, and it's a people based business more than anything I've ever experienced in my whole life. And I just like look at these women and I'm like, without coaching, I mean, we're all going to be in Waco together in like 1 month. Oh my gosh, we're so excited. But anyway, sorry, I got off track there a minute. But we're all going to be together because we're simply serving people. We're taking care of our bodies. We're sharing that experience on social media. We're doing it to encourage other people. And, honestly, I think about it a lot, if I quit my coaching business tomorrow, I would still use Shakeology. I would still do the workouts. I would still post on social media to encourage someone else to take care of their body. So why would I not do it and just build a business that built an income for my family at the same time? And that's just kind of my own mindset and approach to it. But we obviously love what we do. We love what we do. We're willing to show up on a weird, wild Wednesday night to tell you what we do. So I think that says a lot about our belief in this business and our belief in what you can do with it. So I always like to end the call with what happens next. What do you do next? I don't know if we talked about this very much, but like this is our business activity tracker. It's actually like a little, not little, but a perfect roadmap for our business. Tells you exactly what to do. As Shannon was talking or somebody was talking, I was like, oh, I did that today. And I went and marked it off on a tracker. But whenever you sign up to be a coach, you have a couple of options of how to do that. If you are already a Beachbody customer, you're drinking Shakeology, you have your Beachbody on demand, you can sign up with a $40 coach sign up fee. That just simply makes you a coach if you're not already. That just opens your opportunity to build the business and earn an income and start signing people up. Or even if you are a current customer, a current Shakeology customer, or whatever, you can always encourage people to sign up with a completion pack, which, like if you want to do the 9-week control freak completion pack, you could do that and get some more Shakeology, cancel your current order, and it does away with the coach sign up fee. Or if you've never been a Beachbody customer or you're not already, you can sign up with a challenge pack. Same thing, you get your Shakeology, you get your Beachbody on demand, you get your nutrition plan, and all the things you need to not only help yourself to grow and to succeed in your own goals, but also to help other people. There is a $15.95 monthly coaching fee as a coach, but you save 25% on everything that you order, your Shakeology, your Energize, your Go-Go juices, we call it, or whatever, your collagen, whatever, you save 25% on everything. So even if you just never sold a thing and you paid the $15.95 every month, you would still be saving on your products. I have lots of customers who are discount coaches for the savings. And so when you sign up, you get an email, a welcome email from your coach from Beachbody that tells you how to start. And we have a weekly training call every Wednesday night at 8:00. It's right after this one, where we teach you about, what to do your first month as a coach, how to invite, how to grow your social media and do it well. And, just all the things you need as a brand new coach. And so, your job is to take the resources, the training, and to start taking action. We are very much an action-based team. We are here to help people to tell our story and to hit those goals every month. If your goal is to build a business, if it's not to build a business, that's okay. You can still join us as a discount coach, and you don't have to do anything except like get fit and rock the discount, right? So those are kind of your two options to start coaching. But we are definitely, I know all these ladies, I know these ladies well, we are on fire for our team that we want to build in 2021. We want to help work with women who want to work, who want to serve people, who want to, whether your goal is to earn $200 a month or $2,000 a month, we're here to meet you where you're at. So I don't know if anybody else has anything to add to that, or you want to wrap us up with anything, I'm opening the floor. Amanda, do you have questions for us?
So I think, and I shared with Shannon in her Facebook group that I was in a couple of weeks ago about coaching, just some of my hesitations, and you guys were talking about your Enneagrams. I'm a 6 and I'm a worrier. I worry and anxiety, and like I'm always worried. So many of my questions to Shannon were my like anxiety or my worry questions, how am I going to do this? Like, I think it was Makena was saying, I have 50 pounds to lose, how can I be a coach? When I have all of this, that's the exact same thing that I was thinking. I just had a baby and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how are people going to watch me when I've got all this work to do? But that was one of my questions. And the other one to Shannon was, again, like Kimberlee said, I'm not a social media person. Like I might post about my family, but I don't know how to do a story on Instagram, or I don't know how to do the little swipe to say yes, like all the different little things that Shannon is so good at, and she just grabs my attention. And there's my worry, there's my like hesitation is, am I going to do this well? I am a type of person, I'm a kindergarten teacher. I want to do it well. If I'm going to do it, I don't just want to do it to say I'm a coach. I want to do it, and I want to do it well enough to help people the way Shannon has helped me. I don't just want to say, oh, well, I'm a coach. And she's been so encouraging in my life for, I think 3 or 4 years now, that I want to be that same. I want to give that to other people, but I worry that I just am not going to have the right tools or the knowledge to do it well.
So, I mean, thank you, number one. But number two, I think we all said the exact same thing, like the exact same thing. Like I just got a chill on my leg because it sounds so familiar, But I mean, the first step of our training is, like our lesson is about social media. Like I think a profile, like what is a profile? What goes in your bio, And I mean, I just think that for you and your journey, there is we are jealous that you have a journey to go on, that there is a story to be told, because people love following a story. It's one thing when you make it to a transformation and you can share that, but you get to share every week, what you learned, what you didn't, what you failed, falling forward, but you're going to move forward type of lessons. Like people need your story. And I just think that there's no way I would have lost my 50 pounds if I wasn't a coach, frankly, or I would still be on the trek, because once you announce that you're helping to lead people, it's on. Like there is a accountability that cannot be created anywhere else. And Makena kind of talked about that. So if anything, I mean, you get so many products, like a discount coach is where, like, if you get in and you're like, this is too much, or I don't feel called to this, like we totally respect that. Like the coach, we always say the opportunity is everybody, but not everybody finds it a good fit, and that's okay. But I can already tell you, I mean, y'all, she was a cheerleading coach. How many people out there want to be coached by a cheerleading coach and go back to their glory days, like so there's just so many stories that we can help you tell, and that's what we do in training. And we also do personal development that will just totally take your mindset and your confidence and turn it on its head. And when we bring in God and we remind you, and he reminds you through the Holy Spirit, like who he made you to be, that you can go to the throne as one of his, heirs and ask for anything you want. I mean, it just trickles through into our training and through what we do. And I mean, give it a couple months and you'll be like, what just happened? In the best way, But I don't know, Makena, you probably have something to add.
Yeah. Is that okay? I second exactly what Shannon said. Like you were talking and I was like, that was exactly me. Like it was crazy. So, cause I had the exact same thoughts, right? Like I literally had 50 pounds that I wanted to lose. And honestly, Amanda, I really feel like there's so much power in taking people on the journey with you, right? Because, like, it's fun having a big transformation now, and I share it every week, and people, it doesn't faze people as much anymore, right? Because they see it every week, but like people know that I've done it. But a lot of people watched me do it, right? It took me 2 years to get to where I wanted to be, but like they watched me do it and they watched me not quit. And I think showing people and not just showing up and being like, you haven't heard from me in a year and here I am, right? But like showing people, you're like, hey, I'm doing this crazy thing. And my coach, we have like a coach coming out post that you do where you like tell people that you're coaching. And mine was this family picture we took with my like 2-month-old baby, where I hate how I look in that picture. I'm massive and I hate it so much. And I look at the picture and I'm like, ah, right? But like I shared that picture of my family and I was like, hey, here's my story. This is what I'm doing. And I want you to come with me. I'm getting goosebumps right now. Because I was so low, but I needed something different, right? And so showing up helps you get that. And just showing people that like you're real, right? And you're going to show them the struggle and you're going to take them with you and you're going to help them do it. I don't know where I've heard it, but I've heard a lot lately, the concept, right? To lead someone, you only have to be one step ahead, right? You don't need to be where we're at, where Kimberlee is, where Shannon is, right? You just need to be one step ahead to pull somebody along with you, right? So you're already a step ahead of a lot of people. And so you have something to offer. You have what you need to take you with you, right? And your story is so powerful. And then the other thing too, I didn't even have an Instagram when I started coaching. So like, I promise you, we're going to teach you all the things and you're going to learn and it's going to be great. You're a teacher, right? So like, you're going to be just fine, but just know that like, all you need is a willingness to learn, a desire to help people, and a desire to take care of yourself, and we'll fill in all the rest. So, getting goosebumps. I'm really happy you were tonight with us.
I concur. I agree with everything they said. That's all I have to say. All right. Anybody else? Is it good? Good. And I guess I will say, you know, Shannon, we were talking with our new coach pod and today, and you know, some of our newer coaches were kind of like questioning and like, what am I doing and all this stuff. And first of all, they're doing amazing. Like honestly, these women are just so inspiring. But it's easy to doubt yourself, especially if you are a worrier or you're like me. I mean, I'm not a 6, but I'm a 3 wing 2, and I want it to be perfect. Like I want it to be perfect, or I don't think I've done my job well. And that's not right either. But you know, I told these women, and Shannon told these women, and Kimberlee, like they are, you know, at the end of the day, if they don't hit a single business goal, they are absolutely like committed to their health and fitness. They're committed to inviting God in, and they're getting results. Like I look at Makena, who's lost 60 pounds. I look at my coach, Sonia, who's lost 50 pounds. She's lost, like, I can't even count how many inches she's lost, you know. They're doing that. That's our number one job as coaches. Yeah, I say that. I mean, I think most people would agree with me, is to make our own health and fitness a priority. We can't serve somebody else unless we're making that a priority first. And that's always a win. Like that's always a win. And no matter what you choose to do, we want you to make you a priority. But if you can do it and inspire somebody else to do it along the way, that's like doubly sweet, you know? So, that is it. Like that is all I have. If anybody else has anything to add to that, I welcome you to. But in a nutshell, we love what we do. We want to serve women who want to do it with us, and we're all examples that you can succeed even with the messy middle and the mess in the family and all the crazy stuff, the full-time job, whatever it is. We all started with the same obstacles, but also different ones. So we are excited to welcome anybody who decides to join our team, whether you're watching it live or coming back the replay. We are just really pumped for what 2021 is going to bring. So that is it. Anybody else have anything to say? Can I just say a prayer before we go? Just because I feel like I should say a prayer. I feel like if I don't, I'll be not doing what I'm supposed to. So, God, thank you so much for this 30, 40 minutes, God. Just thank you for the opportunity to share a story that points others to you, God. None of us would be here without the Holy Spirit guiding us. Honestly, I never would have said yes to being a coach on my own. And I think most of these women could say the same. But God, I just praise you for for breaking us down, first of all, for giving us that need to do something with our bodies, with our minds, with our spirits, and for giving us Beachbody, who has been a company, although not faith-based, has really helped us to grow more into who you have created us to be, God. And I pray that you would just please continue to help us do that, to be good stewards of our bodies, of our families, of our businesses, God. And I pray for these women, including Amanda, who are considering joining our teams to do that as well, God. I pray that you would just give direction, make the path clear if that's your will, God. But whatever we do as we move forward from tonight, from today, and in whatever path we choose, God, help us to make much of you. Help us to point others to you. Help us to be a light and to not take for granted what you have given us to do with our families, with our bodies, with our businesses, God. And I just thank you so much, especially this Christmas season, which is all about you, God. Just thank you so much for Jesus Christ and his willingness to come and to live and to die, to be a sacrifice for us. And it's his name I pray. Amen. All right, you guys, I'll see you later. See some of
Love
you in
y'all.
a minute.
Bye, Amanda.
Bye.